Hello everyone, my name is The Rumskin, and today I'm going to be doing another versus battle. Now, I got this idea for this video after getting done with my top 10 favorite antagonists in manga and anime. With that being said, the two characters that I have for this versus battle are Wrath, King Bradley from Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood, and Stain from My Hero Academia. And these characters introduced, I am going to hop right in. Let's start with Wrath first because he kind of has more to unpack than Stain. So yeah. So Wrath is basically I'm gonna start with his like what he is. Okay, so he's a homunculus, right? He's a homunculus. One of father's like artificial humans, and he was gifted with his like Son of Wrath, so he's like the angry one of the group. And the abilities that he was granted are, well, first off, he's different from the other homunculus, based on the fact that he ages and he can't regenerate. So those two things that he can't do, and he can't do these because his Philosopher's Stone only has one soul in it, because when they were making it, the souls inside of it were like all like the angry ones, because that was his sin. Wrath, so all the souls like destroyed each other until only one was left. So yeah, so he can't regenerate because of that. He has the power of the Ultimate Eye, which is which makes him like he's like one of like the strongest characters in the series, pretty much. The Ultimate Eye gives him the ability of precognition, enhanced vision, and enhanced like analyzation. So pretty much what it does is, by reading his opponent's movements, he's able to predict what they're going to do, how they're going to attack, and it gives him the ability to like make like counters and like plans based on what the information he's getting from the eye, right? Enhanced vision in the fact that he can see things that are faster than like he can see like bullets and shit. He's able to, well, he can also like see through like weird, like he got flashbanged one time and could like see after the initial like explosion. He wasn't blinded by it. And enhanced like analyzation in the fact that like the information that he gets from like the eye, it lays out like weaknesses and like steps of plans, like how to like act upon situations, right? So weaknesses in terms of like, for example, he was fighting Greed, right? And Greed's one of the stronger homunculus. He can make a shield on his body, and Wrath sees this, and he figures out. I told him that like, the weakness of him is that like, it takes time for the shield to form, so he just like attacks him before the shield can form on his body. That's an example of that. And another example is being like analyzation in the fact that there was this scene where like this bridge blew up, and he was on a train, and the train was like falling. It was falling into like this like ravine underneath, and as it was falling, he sees like debris falling with the train, and the eye like lays out like a path for him to like escape from the falling train by like jumping off the debris, right? So like the eye is like it's like crazy, right? It's crazy. He has, I kind of like him to like not Iron Man, Captain America. But the fact that he's like bordering on superhuman. Like he's probably like peak like what a human could ever possibly be in terms of like their physical capabilities, like strength, speed, agility, reaction time, durability, stamina, all that stuff. It's like peak human, bordering on superhuman. He can like cut through like metal and shit. He can fuck up a tank, cut through steel. He can dodge bullets. It's it's not even just like the eye, like him seeing the bullet. Of course, he has to like see the bullets, but he also has to like react to the bullets coming at him, so he can like dodge bullets and shit. So he's pretty much superhuman, like slightly, like low like metahuman kind of thing. Another thing that he has is his experience. He has been in many battles. He's very like well versed and trained and like all sorts of combat, swords, guns, hand to hand, all that stuff. Tactics. He's good at all of it. He's been trained since a child. He's pretty much like a master of like all those things. But he primarily uses swords, right? But that's just one thing he has over Stain, just as pure experience. It's kind of like a bad thing in a way too, because he's very old. He's like 60 years old, and he even says a lot of the time like, "Oh, my body, it can't keep up with, you know, my powers," you know, type thing. So like you can only imagine like how strong he'd be when he was like fucking like 25 years old, probably like unstoppable type thing. You know what I'm saying? He's definitely, but the best thing about him is probably like his stamina. He soloed like a castle of like soldiers. He killed all of them. Not all of them, but he killed a bunch of soldiers, right? Like by himself, single-handedly, right? He enters his castle with like one sword and a grenade, right? And he starts by like going through the front door, like blocking bullets with his sword, right? And then like cutting down some soldiers, and he 1v1's a tank, right? Like he sold a tank. He cuts a tank shell in half, like the fucking like artillery round that shoots. He cuts it in half, right? He cuts the treads off of it, and just like he kills the guys inside, right? He's like insane. He's literally crazy. Like the shit he's doing is like is improbable, right? He's beating this guy called Buccaneer. He's like a captain, right? Like like the military. And like Fort Briggs. He has like an automail like Jaws of Life thing on his arm, and he just like cuts that in half. He just destroys it in one swing. He fights. He can fight other homunculus. He fought Greed, but Greed Ling, so it's actually stronger. He fought the original Greed and Greed Ling, and Greed Ling is like stronger than the original Greed because he's in Ling's body. In Ling's body, he has like his martial arts, and he has like Ling is kind of like a ninja type thing, you know. He's very agile, and he's able to fight. So he's able to fight a stronger version of Ling, of Greed, I mean, and like do like well against him in 1-on-1 anyway. He's getting jumped this whole time, right? When he's fighting this castle, he's fighting in the castle. He's getting jumped the entire time. He fights the old man. I forgot his name, but the old man, like Link's like follower. He fights him and kills him. There's like the scene where he goes to like suicide bomb him, and he cuts like I don't know what to call it, like the shit in like a bomb, like the little like wire you light. He cuts those off with the bombs, right? Like the little grenades that he has like strapped to his chest. He cuts those off before they can explode. It just like cuts the guy in half. So his eye, it's just a thing like the eye telling him like, oh, I see this like weakness in it, so I'm just gonna cut them off before they can explode, right? He's literally insane, right? Go back to his stamina. I kind of on a tangent, but like he's doing all this by himself, and he's like a 60-year-old man. But his crazy thing is his stamina. He only gets hurt like once throughout the battle. He gets stabbed in like the stomach. He gets shot in the arm. He falls in water, and then later he's fighting Scar. Still hurt from all these things. And Scar is one of the strongest characters in the series. He fights him by himself, and like would have won, but like that whole like plot thing happened, right? He would have beaten Scar, and he's doing all this with, like a hole in his stomach and like a bullet in his arm, and like he only dies to like plot, right? That's pretty much it. Like standard equipment that he has. He usually carries 4 swords on him. Yeah, I just thought that like I would give him the grenade because why not? He doesn't use it. He used it to blow up the tank. So he has 4 swords and a nade on him, and that's what he's rolling the battle with. Yeah, pretty much it. That being said, moving on. So Stain is a really, he's not like, how do I put this? He's not like overly strong in like the verse, but he's a very bad matchup for like a lot of characters in the series, right? He's kind of like a ninja type dude. He fights primarily like blades, with only blades, right? Because to like help him with his quirk. He has a very specific fighting style of like cutting people to make the best use of his quirk, right? He's mastered his fighting style. He usually carries like katanas, like daggers, throwing knives. He has toe spiked boots, and he has like folding knives, right? But the main thing that he has is his quirk, right? His quirk, Blood Curdle, where he ingests an opponent's blood, and that paralyzes them. So it's literally like an instant kill type thing, right? Or like if he gets your blood, you're pretty much done. Because after you're paralyzed, he can just do whatever he wants. That's why I thought it was a cool battle, because they both have things. They can both win very easily, right? So things that he has going for him. He's younger. He's more like in shape, right? He's not like hindered by age. He's very agile. He like jumping off walls and shit, dodging fire, ice from Todoroki. He dodges Ida, and Ida's one of like the faster students. It's like his whole thing. It's like his it's like a little like booster quirk. I forgot what it's called. Engine, yeah. So his engine quirk, right? He just destroys Ida, right? Like, no difficulty. Just dodges his attack and just like mops him. He fights Deku at 5%, right? And Deku isn't like sweet or anything at 5%. He's just not like super duper strong, right? He fights Todoroki. He's fighting them all at the same time, right? So that just goes into like his stamina, right? His durability. I didn't know about this. I'm assuming this is like from like that like I don't know what to call it. I was gonna say like a side manga. It's like a side story type thing. Like not like a light novel. It's kind of like I'm just gonna say like a side story, right? Called like Vigilantes, I think. And apparently he fought this dude called like Knuckle Duster, and he can like destroy buildings with like his fists, or like just clashing with his fists. And he punched Stain, and he like lived. So that just like adds to his durability. Apparently he just like punched him, and he's just like, oh, I'm good, okay, type thing. Not just that, he tanks fire, gets his rib broken, punctures his lungs, and like he like passes out standing up. Like the whole thing. That's like the thing that like Whitebeard did, where he just dies on his feet because he's just so badass, right? Yeah, I don't like in terms of like it's kind of hard to like scale him in terms of like his like physicals, aside from like the punch he took, that guy Knuckle Duster. Kind of like hard because there's like statements that he's beaten like 40 heroes, like he's killed 17 and crippled 23, right? But like we don't know like who these heroes are. We just get a number. Like obviously he's very skilled. He's able to beat these heroes, but like we don't have anything else to like go off of, right? So he's beaten pros before. He's very experienced in fighting pros, right? But he gets like mopped by like these like 3 like teenagers, right? So you really can't like point to this like one thing and be like, oh yeah, he definitely like, takes this over Wrath. It's like you can't really. It doesn't really have anything like concrete you can point to, right? Besides that one feat of him getting punched by like, that building guy, but that's like, still like whatever. You could say that he's very smart, like his fighting style. He's very intelligent in like battle. He's very good at like reading like a situation. All right, he fights to the best of his abilities to like make the most use out of his quirk, right? Like Todoroki's like standing there like flexing his fire, right? He throws like a knife into his arm, and he runs up as he's like shocked by like the knife getting like a knife like piercing his arm, and he runs up to like lick his face because he threw a knife early and like his face is bleeding, so he runs up to try to like lick his face to like, get like the blood so he can paralyze him. But he isn't fast enough to do it because Todoroki just like it's like fire and he has to back off, right? He can cut through his ice, which is I guess makes him like pretty like strong, I guess. Just cut through ice like it's nothing. He's able to dodge his fire. He's able to dodge his fire on his ice, and he's doing this for like a long time, right? He's fighting these characters like by himself, having to worry about all of them. So his stamina and durability are like are crazy, right? And but other than that, I don't know like what else you could point to be like other than like the blood curdle quirk. So like if he ingests Wrath's blood, the fight's just over pretty much, right? He has that going for him. But other than that, I don't know how. Well, let's just get into like the results, right? So where Wrath takes it is he has more experience, and he has the ultimate eye, which kind of like hard counter like Stain, right? Stain is, and he also has more like concrete like feats, right? And Stain, he has blood curdle, which if that quirk comes into play at all, like the fight's just over. And he's younger, right? And I would say he probably has like better like stamina and stuff like that, and like durability, because he fights with like he gets burnt, gets punched in the head by Deku, gets his ribs cracked, gets his lungs punctured, and he only gets defeated because he like passes out, right? It's kind of insane. But other than that, it's like I don't see like how like everything he throws at Wrath, like Wrath has like the showing. He's shown that he can like defeat that stuff, right? He's like a bullet timer, right? He's dodging bullets, he's blocking them. Like Stain isn't like Stain's fast, but he's not that fast, right? Like he's probably like, I would say that's like, if you want to say it's like peak human, to say that. But like he's not, nothing he does is gonna be able to like hit Wrath like consistently. He's not gonna be consistently able to like hit Wrath and stuff. But like if he, like I said, if he gets a drop of blood, one drop, like the fight's done. The fight's just over. So it's kind of hard, being as like Wrath takes it in like every category, but like straight up like powers, right? Because I would say in like the right hands, I would rather take blood curdle as opposed to like the ultimate eye, right? You know what I'm saying? Because for the ultimate eye, you have to be like skilled enough to be able to like react to like the information you're getting. With blood curdle, not as much, right? So like, it's really hard to pick because you like first. Well, I think Wrath would win first of all. I think Wrath would win probably like 7 out of 10. Because it's this thing where like he takes it in everything, but Stain only has to like hit him like one time to get like results. He cuts him once, he gets blood, it's over. But like Wrath could dodge him like all day long, right? I don't know. So I might make it like 8. I'm gonna make it like 8. Like 8 out of 10 for Wrath. Cause like I said, his reaction time and like his like reaction feats are like insane, right? It's literally crazy. Like the crap he's doing, like the whole train thing, dodging the bullets, blocking them, blitzing soldiers and cutting them in half, while dodging bullets, while being attacked by multiple people. Like more than Stain's. Like Stain's a one-on-one fighter. Wrath's like soloing people, like a whole like battalion, like by himself. As an old man, he's doing this. I think that's pretty much it, honestly. Because like I said, if we like knew anything like about the heroes that Stain was fighting, we could probably say that like he'd be able to win, right? Like because if you beat someone I don't know. Let's just say like Endeavor. I don't know, or like Hawks, right? Like some of these like top tier heroes in the series, right? If he's beating some of these guys, then we could say like, oh, maybe he'd be able to take more than 8, maybe more than 2 fights. But like, you don't have that. Like, who's he beaten? Like, you don't know. Whereas Wrath is one of the strongest characters in like his verse, right? Like he's like the second strongest homunculus besides like Pride. Because Pride's like crazy, right? But like out of every other homunculus, he'd probably like slap them. Because the Ultimate Eye is crazy. And like his feats are crazy. Yeah. So I would say Wrath takes it like 8 out of 10. Like mid-diff. Like Stain would definitely put up a fight in like all of these because like Stain isn't like sweet. Like he's very skilled, but Wrath has more skill. He's more skilled, has better feats, and Ultimate Eye is just like a more it's a better ability for this specific fight, right? Yeah, that's how I feel. If you guys agree, let me know. If you disagree, that's fine. Let me know too. Yeah. I hope you guys have a good day. If you enjoyed this, like, subscribe, comment, all that jazz. I am the Rumskin, and have a wonderful day. Goodbye.